Hello, hello. Getting everything figured out. Boop, boop, doo. Haven't streamed for like a day or so. And tonight I won't be able to stream, so I figured I'd do a little bit earlier morning stream and do my dailies and chat a little bit. So, hope you guys had a good weekend so far. And let's go do sleeper tonight. Day, something. Okay, so a little bit of loot I gotta go sell, but also my buffs need some cleanup. Oh, wait, fix my spells. I'll do that after. Hey, dragon. Yep, you hear me. How you been? Right on. Good to hear it. I'm doing pretty good. Got a bunch of family visiting, so probably won't be a super long stream today. I know at 5 we officially start doing stuff, but figured I'd at least get my dailies done and kind of go from there. Oh, that's right. I haven't been using my Buckler of Insight lately because I'm finding that my DPS when I'm dual wielding is so much better that it kind of makes sense to just not bother. Hey Valoroth, how's it going, dude? Hope you're doing well. Mm. Right on. Cool, dude. Yeah, I was gonna do a quick early stream while I got ready for the day because I won't be able to stream tonight. So figured I'd get a couple in since I haven't streamed in a while. Couple days. Yep. I'm actually finding if I use my, well, where is that one? Staff of the Silent Stars primary. I get the best DPS. Right on. Hey, I don't. Right. So if I use Cascade and follow it up with, yeah, see that? Staff of the Falling Stars with a item on my offhand, I just melt mobs. It's very nice. Guys, speaking of, I don't have log parser going. Let me fix that. Any idea why this does the bounty entry but never does the others?
Enraged.
Kat is asking me a question about. Talkie Q questions. Okay.
Enraged.
So, I think what little tweaks I need to do here. Yeah, see, if I nuke and then do a rage, and like mix that in with life taps and nukes, keep some cascade on, my DPS goes much better. Hey, Jester, good afternoon. How you been? I'm trying to test some various stuff. Wonder how much does Battle Leap actually help me? Not tested that too deep yet. But I imagine it does. Like, he is getting rocked. Okay. And just for comparison, I'm going to do a dot rotation on him. Not able to use. There we go. Okay. So I need to tweak. Actually, I'm going to take off bobbing coil. I think that's part of my.
Enraged.
Phil, you're funny. Kind of depends on. I mean, I know that Beast Lord will deliver, especially if you're going for a proc build. I think ultimately it's just a question for you on which one you think you would enjoy the most. All right, so what am I going to do unique here? Not a whole lot. I'm going to start with Leech and then go right into auto attack. Bam. And once that finishes, I'll go into a burn. And then we'll reapply Cascade. That got us to 80%. We're maintaining 5k DPS right now. Then we're going to start doing Funeral Pyre and do a dot rotation. There. Okay. And now we can do another DPS burn. So we're still maintaining about 5k DPS. Reapply Leech, go back into Dot. Pretty much ready for Prolonged. I'm going to go ahead and do a Ward. Flop. Put on Defensive. Oh, he fucking reset? Oh no. I didn't. They must have made it super sensitive on reset now. Interesting. Well, that sucks. I don't know if that's a deal breaker, but that hurts because I had defensive running and I did half my burn already. Shit. All right, well, we'll see how solid I have this, I guess. That fucking sucks. I'm kind of experimenting without the shield. I don't think it's as pivotal because I need the DPS, especially against Sleeper. And of course, I say that and I'm fucking accidentally wiping the fight. Shit, that was really bad. Okay. Get my... Now he's doing lots of DPS. Even though I have fucking defensive on. How is he hitting me hard? Weird. Anyways. Hand of Death back on. So I messed up because Order of Destruction hadn't hit him yet, so I couldn't flop easily and get the ad on him. And so it's okay though. Oh, he wasn't hitting me hard. I had freaking Death Bloom on. That makes sense. Whoops. Anyways, so this fight going to be a little harder because I don't have my full burn up. But we'll see how I do. I just got to get on top of making sure I do rage. Because he's already down to 60% again. My dot rotation needs to be refreshed. Is this Pyrocur? Yeah. Okay. So I don't. Oh, defensive's still up. Okay, good. And all right, we'll go ahead and lace in prolonged now. Do some lures. Touch of Nights. Just really take advantage of the big booms for its duration. We have 14 casts. Rage is back up. I can actually lace in Rage. It's fine. And we'll go back into nukes. But yeah, see, I'm maintaining like 4.5k DPS, which is hugely better than what I was doing before. Changing to lures, tweaking my dot rotation to be more aggressive with the higher damage dots, I think really helps my DPS. Because you notice I am, and yes, it is. I moved over to Staff of the Silent Star with a semi offhand, and just look the damage I'm doing right now, breaking almost 40k. Much higher DPS now. Okay, so he is almost dead. I'm pretty sure I'm on track. Pretty sure I can just lace nukes and be good.
Enraged.
I mean, I should get a killing spree here second. Oh, I was off. But you know, I lost my burn. Alright, so I'm going to rotate and keep Furious on so I can get the finisher. Hopefully not die. Come on. Not good. Oh, I got rage. We're good. Alright. So when I full burn, I can easily kill him now before the ads spawn. But because I lost half my... Dude, how many freaking scales of dodging am I going to get? Jesus. But anyways, that was pretty clean. Anyways. Yeah, so I'm just using the Staff of the Silent Stars with my my weapon. Okay, so what else are we testing? I think we're good. We can go do Bristlebane. Maybe a cooldown in between. So I'll do a Carners. Just because I'm refarming a Love. And then I'll move over to Once my cooldowns are up, I'll actually move on to doing the Bristlebane solo, which I've killed him now with two-hander and a few various other weapons solo, so. My frame rate feels a little low. Weird. I wonder what's hitting my FPS so bad. Oh yeah, I don't have AEs up. Whoops. That's not right. Well, I can just loot him. And there's my Shishargons. Nice. So, got that to level up now. And my staff, I already should have a parity. Derp. Well, what I can do is consume. That'll get it closer to done. And we'll go ahead and exit this. How's our cooldowns? We still have like 24 minutes, so we'll just go do some other dailies. Like, we'll go do Fear. Fear's fun to watch. And sorry, Kata keeps sending me messages of random stuff, so I'm watching that. But okay, let's go do Fear. And all I'm going to do is run over to Kazakh and kill him. And I might need to use defensive and probably the ward. I don't have the ward up though, so oh well. I think we'll be okay though. Yeah, what I can do is as I'm running over there, I can hit like this Turmoil Toad with a Soul Well and like a Scareling. You know what I mean? And just these non-summoning mobs to help me get some extra healing that I might need during the fight. Okay. Including these photoplasm. So, now we start booming. Or I get overwhelmed. Okay. Sometimes they summon me and that can mess me up pretty bad. But we're doing fine so far. We have them all staggered health-wise, which is important. Come on. There we go. And that's how you clear Fear. I intentionally keep Kazakh up because he'll just keep pulling stuff. And done. So we can go ahead and just like turn on auto attack and play these real fast. Unless I get summoned and I can't see him. That doesn't help. Well, this is why I don't like rage as much, is because I have to like face the mob, and that's not always easy to do when you have like 7 mobs on you that are summoning or something. Alright. Dread needs to die. Kazik, and we start looting. Sounds are actually a little loud. Alright, so no Shroud. There's lots of looting. And then pretty much when Prolonged is up, which is going to be a bit, like 19 minutes, I'll go do Bristle and then I'll call it. Because I will need Prolonged, I think, in order to kill Bristle clean. I need to move over the window. Probably even like here. Except the word shin is overlaying it. Maybe I gotta put a black rendering behind it or something. Lots of corpses. I'll reset my counter and we can see how much money I made. Do I use tribute? Yep. A lot of the things I'm running tribute on right now, eventually, hopefully, I'll get power augs for, focus effect augs, and then I don't have to, I guess I'll run like hit points and stuff. Hey Mulligan, how goes it? Bugging out in what way? Level has been bugged forever, but otherwise it's normal. You're such an addict. All right. So prolonged is still like 12 minutes or something. All right, let me reset my crit sprinkler. And let's see how much money we make during selling all this. Right, Zarkon? Some entertainment while you watch me sell all my shit. Like, here's 4 blue, or here's 4 diamonds. So this is technically a fear clear, sleepers clear, and a little bit of corners. So we'll see how much money I made just by picking everything up that I killed. Blue diamonds. Ooh. There is a way to set the font size. I just haven't exposed it yet. I have to actually code it. And as per usual, I am spread so thin between projects. I rarely finish things and even get them into milestones of usability. So, one day, about all I can say about it. I don't like how it's overlapping my name. Maybe what I'll do is this. And then maybe like this. But yeah, I made 6K plat. Yeah, one day. No, I agree. A lot of the fonts, colors, and everything actually regressed on my last, update. I definitely need to improve across the board. Cool. So with that done, we're at 11K. Let me do some quick deletions here. So, boop, 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 boop. Now there is some items in here I actually care about, but I think it's only in that batch right there. Gnarled staff kind of had worth, but not really. Yeah, this is just whatever. Basically just sleeper loot. Has like, I think some value. Not much though. They're all just plainer junk. But I mean, overall, I've kind of cleaned up. Oh, I could have kept that, actually. That was one I wanted to keep. Oh well. That was the Vitality Orb for Blade Soul turn-ins. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and hit up, what's on the list? Probably Faradar. Let's go do Kunark. Version are you running of Crit Sprinkler, Zarken? Are you running the one with money? And usually what I do is I try to pull everything on the way because they're worth the effort. Yeah, I technically haven't released that version yet. I really need to. But like at this moment, I have 3 or 4 major projects I'm supposed to be working on, at least. ROF2 Plus is supposed to be high priority, but I've been horrible at progress on it. Quail, we're doing a huge tree node revamp too, which is a lot of work, and that's what I worked on yesterday, quite a lot of. My UI, that's Gear Core. That's one I've been working on. And you know, when I find time, I add little things. Like I added a progression section because I removed all the errors whenever you reload the UI. And to do so, I have to maintain the evolution and other section. So I just repurposed them. And then there is an update, Zarkon, but it's not released yet. So I should actually make it able to be self-updating too. I'll probably do that at some point. It's still very early in its development. Like I literally just started it not even last month, and it's yet again a project that is on the stack for, you know, everything else working on. Then I have Cinnamon, which probably will fork to a project called EQ Codex. That one has some fundamental problems, so I may not rush to release it, even though a lot of people really like the cast time feature. So I might have to, you know, pseudo reconsider how I can make a variant early release. But not a big deal. All right, well, wait a sec for them all to get here and just sort of one-shot them till then. This Guardian Worm has some hit. All right. Turn on auto attack. Big explosions. Go ahead and reposition a little bit so we get the worms. See, now all the money bounces on my map, which I think I like more when it's spread out, just because it doesn't get too condensed. It's a bigger wide area. I can fulfill. It's not flawless, and it's almost entirely because of there's a bug sometimes where they'll, the hitboxes on the mobs is a little too big, and sometimes they'll take damage and summon me, and then I get into a summon lock where I just get summoned back and forth constantly, and I can't cast when I'm in that state. That's the only thing that'll kill me. Because if I can channel, specifically, they're not summoning me constantly, I can kill the whole zone. I've done it multiple times. It's just when I hit that problem, it's like, because it's a pain in the butt to get back, and yeah. But I can go try that here in a bit. But again, I'm gonna do Faradar. Nope, I didn't get any good stuff. So pearlescent shards go for pretty good money. So anytime I go to Sky Shrine, I just clear things on the route. But we're gonna go do Faradar real quick. Because of the Racnors being annoying, I typically pull up to whenever I find a frenzied Racnor, because those frenzied Racnors are just annoying. They hit pretty hard and they feign you. So like even this right here, see that? When you have a bunch of them, it gets really annoying. So I usually just pull to these and then clear, because it's easier than spreading over. Okay, why? Oh, I didn't have auto attack on. I'm like, why am I not doing any damage? Well, now that he's dead, I can just keep going. Do want levitate though. Click off pyromancy, put that on. See, if I don't get a frenzied, there's the frenzied. So I'll kill him. How do you feel about the new Pally AAs? I'm a little pissed off because it's like, I'm happy with Pally getting boosts, but why are you stealing things that are Warrior exclusive? You know? And if you are, what is Warrior getting in exchange? Like, it's basically a smack in the face to a class that doesn't get heals. Like, I don't know how well thought through that was. So that's my take on it. Like, I'm happy. I want the Pallies to be stronger. I'm totally cool with that. But let's just not steal things from Warrior for it. I mean, Pally has been super strong since the beginning because they have a fundamentally broken mechanic, and that is slay undead, which they will not address. For whatever reason, they think that that's like an iconic identifier and it doesn't need to be nerfed, you know? And, that's fine. Exactly, Starbase. And in my mind, that's where like assassinate and decapitation and headshot are. They're broken and stupid gimmicks, which are situationally great. But the problem is they're not giving equal treatment. Like it used to be, you could assassinate like all the bosses. Decapitate used to be ridiculous, and they nerfed all that heavily. But then they're like, well, slay undead. I mean, it's okay if like every other swing essentially death touches undead, because we may as well have a level 50 or even a level 35 be able to just absolutely annihilate everything on that lives, as long as it meets that undead. Because if it's just undead, it's not that powerful, right? I don't know. Especially because slay undead, one of the gates for triggering it is that you have to crit. And if you have other classes, you can easily get bypassing that gate. So, yeah. Anyways. But the part that irking me on this latest change, which I haven't seen yet, it's not out yet, right? Has it been released now officially? Is they literally just took something that was iconic to a warrior. Because, typically, even on live, warriors are just melee with tank abilities, right? Like defensive and stuff. They're like the ultimate, martial class. And there's been a bit of an identity crisis for a while now where it's like, why pick a warrior when if you want DPS, you go berserker? Why pick a warrior when you can, get freaking Mortal Coil, Soul Abrasion, and Touch of the Cursed, and basically never ever have to heal yourself because you're just God tank mode, right? Why pick warrior when, like, at this point, Rage Arouse Zek is amazing, but it's literally half the duration and nerfed where focus effects don't apply to it, even though Bloodlust it still works. So it's an inferior to Beast Lord. The problem I'm hitting is now, this used to be warrior exclusive, shield specialist. Where the hell is it? Oh, it's because I have Can't Activate on. Yeah, shield specialist. This used to be an exclusive warrior thing, right? 5 ranks, 5% bonus damage to attacks by only the primary weapon. Anyways, yeah, and now that's Pally too. And that's great, but what is Warrior getting in exchange? Like, what's stopping me from wanting to reroll to Paladin? Just because they're giving Paladin so much shit, and Warrior is just, getting nerfed. They gave them improved Shield Specialist too. So wait, are they even better at it? Like, I haven't seen the actual stats and the AAs yet, so. But I'm going to be pissed because as much as, there's this vision that Paladin should be like the best with shield. The answer is no, it's never been that way. Warrior has always been the best with shield. I mean, in fact, melee hybrids sucked so much that they literally catered items to help them recoup a little bit. And that's the the night wearable weapons. Just because their melee was so subpar. But the problem is if you say, oh, I'm going to just fix that problem that was fundamentally designed, you fuck over warriors because warriors don't even get access to the night exclusive shit. You know what I mean? So it's a slippery slope when you, like, in my opinion, here's what they should do. I'm okay with Paladin and hybrid classes getting cool new features and stealing things from Warrior, but in exchange, nerf Paladin and Shadow Knight to be hybrids, meaning spell damage and healing amount applies half as much to heals and damage. So then it's very cut and dry why you would not pick a pure class. Because if you're getting access to every single spell, which because of Simp Strike is actually boosted, what is the case for my situation, which is why would you go Necro Warrior when Shadow Knight exists? And the answer is that you get access to the best melee and you get the access to the best spell damage. And in exchange, I can't pick a third class essentially if, I didn't go Shadow Knight. But that rule is quickly falling apart because it's like, well, SK is technically better than Necro. And in the case of Paladin is technically better than Warrior when it comes to, tank mitigation and stuff because of, Shield Specialist and all that shit coming in. There's a rune AA with Shield and Bash. But anyways, it's not quite to the level I'm complaining at, but it's a slippery slope, I personally don't think hybrids really need much love. I think hybrids are more than capable choices, and you can actually tell by the choice history, specifically how often people pick the classes. There is no lacking of paladins in the game. I think Warrior is okay. Specifically, a lot of people love the Beast Lord Warrior combo, and they're just so pivotal on the Rage. which, you know, I understand. Rage is good. In my case, I'm technically a caster. And the only thing I'm using Warrior for is the fact that I can, um, you know, gain the mitigation and the defensives. And, you know what I mean? Warrior just plays a background role. Like even right now, I'm just chain casting. I'm a caster right now. Yeah. Anyways. So yeah. But we'll see. I don't actually know what they gave, but I have to see if they made it better than Warrior. I'm gonna be like, I will bring up that counter because that's a little shitty. You know, let's take a class exclusive feature and give it to another class. You know, Holy Shield. Yeah, but how many ranks of shield specialists do they have, Ralski? Like, do they get 5 ranks? Oh, okay. Is it even yet, by the way? I haven't been keeping up with it. Okay, why is Touch of Night not keeping me alive? There it goes. Oh my god. So not only did they just throw in all these AAs, they stole them from Warrior, and then they just fucked over Warrior too and made him an inferior choice for shields now. As you can see, it's awfully tempting to use an offhand on Warrior right now, uh, just because of, you know, the fact how Rage synergizes. So yeah, I need to give a hubbub about that. Has anyone else brought that up, that like you literally just took something that was Warrior exclusive and just gave it to Paladin, and Warrior gets nothing in exchange? Yeah, I should let me look at uh anyways, yeah, I got a gem. uh I don't know if anyone has tested yet, but some thinking if shield and back might count towards it. Unlikely. Or if it's going to check secondary slot. Yeah, very likely. Most of the code that has shield requirements has hard-coded secondary slot checks. Anyways, so we're ready now. Let's go do Bristlebane, and then we can head off. All right, so we're just gonna run through. And sorry, hey Torn bracelet. We're gonna try a solo Bristlebane. I've done pretty good with it in the past, so I'm not too concerned. I guess we'll find out. Ah, shit. Didn't mean to go down here. Also, okay, so we got the illusion on. We got the DS. They added a mob that spawns Quillmane. I did not know that. I have no idea, but it'd be interesting to see if anyone else does. I'm gonna probably have to buff. Since I did a Kha'Zix clear, I get debuffed, so I have to self-buff real fast. It's 12. Okay. I'm gonna probably bring some ads into the room because I can soul well them, and it'll just kind of help out with the DPS problem. Or not DPS problem, but like tanking problem potential. What else? We're gonna put you away. And we'll swap you with I have a trident. I'll put that there so I can just quick access it. Just to play a quick. Also, I messed up my ordering. Whoops. Let's just do this. And where's my form? I'll click you off, put you there. Okay, so cloak. We need to load up dots. Someone replied, Warrior still has it too, right? And I said, a shittier version. Like, it's the equivalent of taking Lay on Hands, giving it to Warrior, then giving Warrior improved Lay on Hands. That's nerfing Paladins if they don't have improved Lay on Hands. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and what am I looking for? I think we're good. Pet might be useful. Problem with the pet is he just fucking dies. I've not had a lot of luck with keeping the pet up. Hey, crud. Hope you're having a good Saturday. We're gonna try a bristle clear and then I'm gonna hop off probably. Okay. So, okay. Caddis said the basic idea here is that war is focused on dual wield and paladin is focused on shield. The conundrum with this is that warrior is typically focused on defensives, you know, best mitigation in game, etc. So, things to help improve defensive is usually the play. Dual wield was more of a I'm a backup tank. I'm going to need to DPS since I'm not taking damage. So this decision makes it where for optimal tank, need to stack PAL War. Sorry, I'm just debating it. Sorry. Let me read up what this is. The conundrum with this is that warriors typically focus on defensives. The things to help improve defensive is usually the play. Dual wield was more of a I'm a backup tank. I'm going to need to DPS since I'm not taking damage. So this decision makes it where for optimal tank, need to stack paladin warrior. This is why shield seal special exists to help boost DPS while wearing shield for war. Like I'll still sword and board with warrior until we incentivize dual wield. Offhand RRZ only procs if you can land the hit. So minus a 6-second window that can easily be swapped, it's more just a negative to with the penalty. Yeah. Sorry, we're having a debate on like if this was a good idea or not. Most defensive drop DPS also. It does actually. Okay, so he's arguing that because of bloodlust. I do see the point, but I think it's so hard to find a good balance with all the potential combinations paired with warrior. Hmm. Oh shit. I'm in trouble. I'm gonna just evac. Wait, before I die. I'm in trouble because I still have buffs up, and I'm like totally crippled against a big fight like that. There we go. All right, I gotta pay attention. Why do you ever pick warrior right now? Yeah. So the balance is usually pick paladin if you want uh, half decent tank, half decent healer. Pick Shadow Knight if you want half decent tank, half decent, necro life tap ability. Pick warrior if you want best tank, sacrifice other role. Pick necro if you want best life taps. And then pick cleric if you want best heals. Hey Sandra, thank you for the raid. Sorry, we're having some fun debates. But now it's pick paladin if you want best sword and board, best slay, best heal procs from shields. Pick Shadow Knight if you want best tank, since life taps are so good, you can literally kill things. Pick warrior if you want 6-second ROZ proc, defensive, and contemplate your decision to not pick paladin Shadow Knight. Pick cleric if you want to All right, so Apori responded that warrior is fantastic. This creates a niche for paladin. No, I don't think that paladin is the best now, Jester. I don't think it's fair that warrior is getting nerfed to make paladin better, if that makes sense. Well, okay, this is my argument on why this is a nerf for warrior. To make paladin have these new features, what they did is they took shield specialist from warrior and gave it to paladin, and then they actually gave them improved shield specialist, which is even better than warrior. So in a sense, warriors normally get this shield specialist, 5 ranks, warrior exclusive. As long as the shield is equipped, each rank confers a 5% damage bonus to attacks made by a weapon held in the primary hand. So they took this unique power and they gave it to a hybrid. That's nerfing warrior, because on top of that, they also gave paladin improved shield specialist. So they even get a beyond incentives, which if you combine that with paladin weapons being already higher ratioed because they typically are lacking compared to a warrior, we basically just took something away from warrior to make paladin more special. And by doing so, you just nerfed warrior, right? Like, if you're going to tap into features and things, you ideally want to do it in a unique twist for that class, not by stealing another class that's a pure variant of it, You can't move your buff icons. They're just dragging windows. You have to do the caterpillaring for now. I might put a bar on the top of it, Maddox, but you can see what I'm doing in screen. Where like if you wanted to move this, you'd say like I want this over here, and then over here. You know what I mean? That's just because it has such a slim profile. But I'll actually probably put the title away. Or I'll probably put the little, kind of like what I did with the bags. I'll have this thin title. When you take a class exclusive, give it to another class, and then improve it, that's called a nerf because something that used to be an argument to pick a class is no longer is now an argument not to pick it. An indirect nerf? I'm asking, did Paladin get shield specialist? He's saying that nothing was taken, therefore no nerf. If I removed it from warrior, sure. If I give warrior mortal coil and boost it and do nothing to Shadow Knight, I didn't nerf Shadow Knight, right? I just made warrior be superior and steal a skill from him. SK is your thought process. So according to Aporia's logic, if nothing was taken, but wait, you say nothing was taken. Hold up. I'm trying to understand this. I'm trying. Didn't he literally just say wasn't this taken? All right, we're gonna hop in voice, so I'm gonna mute it, I think, during it. Taking is the act of having something on class A be put on class B. Class A may not be impacted directly, but indirectly, this has implications because now Class A no longer has said exclusive. Yeah. Warrior is devalued, not nerfed. So it's a difference in definition because nothing was removed from warriors. Right. Right. Except improved specialist is no longer is shield specialist. Let me see here. Specialist. I'm actually curious about this. Shield. Let's see. So on live, you get shield specialist, and technically paladins also get it. So they have shield specialist, improved holy shield. Changelog says gives a rune. So my concern with the change essentially is that I'm a warrior using sword and board, and now I have incentive to have paladin in my build if I want to maximize this. That's the general mindset of this, to help incentivize paladin choices. Correct? So on live, warriors got shield specialist up to rank 13, and hybrids went to rank 5. So is the mindset over time that if we ever unlocked more AAs, Pal would have rank 13, War would have rank 5, Shadow would have rank 0? essentially Paladin becomes the shield king choice. I'm just making sure I understand the idea. Yes, Ralski. And the stances was a really cool system. Um, the stances actually is a really cool system. I kind of wish they would actually introduce that. What is that called? Stance. But I think knights do as well, but they don't get a dual wield variant of it. Yeah. Yeah, the stances did this. I'm going to paste it in. So you'd get proficiencies based on your stance. And yeah. Oh, you can't even read it all. But essentially, defensive would do this. You would get a 10% bonus to block if you were in defensive stance. Anyways, that was war. I thought there was a weapon stance for Shadow Knight as well, yeah, and Paladin. And what they got was a two-hand stance and a defensive stance. Interestingly, though, even in that case, Warrior would get the 2000%, and Paladins would get a shittier version. So a general flow of EQ and how it balances, like anything martial, Paladins got a lesser variant to war. E.g., the stances they added in ROF. Paladins got access to shield specialists and additional AA incentivizing the use of Sure Sword. Roger. That's it. Yeah, Matthew. So right now on live, if you look at weapon stances, just that example, warriors get 4 ranks of it, and they get a rank that includes dual wielding. Knights only get 2 ranks of it, and the 2 ranks that knight get are lesser because weapon stances on warrior get an extra bonus, specifically with defensive. So basically, to try to ensure that warrior always is like a little bit better for melee and martial reasons, warriors always got the best of martial, and then paladin and shadow knight would get like a little worse. But it sounds like at this point, the plan with the balance with THJ is to decrown warrior from that whole stance and make it where slowly little things are going to be introduced that will incentivize certain martial features to be a hybrid thing now. So, which is fine. I just want to make sure I understand like that is the plan, is to essentially and realize that is a form of nerfing. Like, and I'm fine if they nerf warrior. It does make it a harder choice, and there's obvious implications to it. I'm likely not going to change unless they make it atrocious, but if ranks and shield went paladin 15, warrior 10, SK 5. Yeah, and that's kind of seems to be the vibe. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with not being the king of shield. In fact, it introduces some new interesting mechanics, like what we were just talking about, which is the whole if you mix warrior and paladin, you can get best of sword and board and mix it with the best of defensive and other types of abilities that warriors get. Okay, let's try this again now that I actually have defensive or spells up so I can kill this guy easy. All right, so we're gonna put a slow on him, please. Oh, he has immunity to slow, of course. No, there was no loss. This is the argument Emporia was giving me, which was it's not a nerf because, nothing about. Wait, why am I not able to heal off him? Don't I normally live tap him fine? What's going on here? Okay. I'm in trouble. Shit. Let me tap the ads. Why did I not have issues with him in the past, but now it's like... There we go. Is he like super resistant? There we go. Yeah, he's super resistant. I mean, I can make do with this. It's just a little unexpected for him to be so hard for me. I killed him earlier and he was not a big deal. There we go. This is why you bring ads. I'm also not wearing a shield. That hurts too. But all right. Yeah, I killed him earlier, fine, but we'll have to see how I do here. I have full burn up. I went back to sword and board. But see, Bristlebane is a DPS fight, technically. We'll see how I do. Okay. So we're going to go here. And we're going to do a couple tweaks. I did lose impurators. I don't know if I'm going to wait on that, though. That's 2 minutes. What we're going to do, though, is precast some soul wells. Okay. And then we'll precast it on him as well, because it's so imperative for me to have it on him. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and do defensive. And we're going to go immediately into a frenzied burn. I'm also going to hot swap the staff. All right, we're getting rocked. See if I can. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do Staff the Falling Stars with Battle and just really burn into him. And now we'll switch back to Life Tap. And we're going to full dot rotate him with Funeral Pyre. All right. Basically turn on Necro mode. We're also going to use a ward. Okay, I messed that up a bit. I used Warlord's Tenacity. Probably shouldn't have, but that's okay. We should be all right. Yeah, he's super resistant to my taps. I need to be careful about that. Okay. Get a dot back on him. We'll go ahead and use Army Blade because we did trigger it. Okay. So we just keep soul wells on these ads as well as on him. We're maybe going a little too slow. So let's go ahead and turn on Rage again. Okay, so he's going on burn mode now. Got some more ads to tap. Work on that real quick. I need to put a timer for my defensive so I can better track when it's going to come down. All right. He did get slowed by my ads. That's pretty cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start a prolonged nuke. We're going to start a new rage. Okay. Okay, so at this point, we need to just make sure we get all the taps. Maybe do a Furious. Yeah, we got to do a Furious. Honestly, we can just burn him. Hopefully before Furious fades, we can kill him. Not, I have Impurators.
Enraged.
Don't know if I'll make it. Maybe. There, we got it. Hey, why aren't you letting me loot? Oh, okay. We're good. Yeah, he's kind of hard, but Not end of the world. I messed up a couple things on that fight that I probably should have tweaked, but it wasn't too bad. Cool. All right. So let's go ahead and bazaar. I think we're done, guys. It was just a quick stream. Ended up being an hour and a half, 2 hours. I got a bunch of things to do with family today, but yeah. Basically now I'm gonna go work on yeah, I gotta go work on some other stuff. So thanks, guys. Yep, I'll try to stream more. I don't know. This whole week's gonna be a bit hit or miss because I got family here and stuff. So, but yep, hope you have a good one and take care, guys. Yep, exactly. Stream when I can stream. So who is streaming right now? Let's go find it. Anti-Alias is streaming. So is Cookie. I might go raid Anti-Alias because I rarely get the chance to raid him. Well, I do get a chance actually, but otherwise I can do Shipmate or yeah, absolutely, Zerken. Again, I've just been a little busy. Now that I'm back to work, I'm starting to get a little more, and projects. Typically when I'm doing projects, those eat up a lot of my time, so. So it looks like the new kinetic shield ability is going to give a 5,000 damage mitigation shield for melee. 100% chance. That's pretty high. Okay. But yeah, we'll go raid. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Take care.